Apparently, being a guy with long hair means probable cause for vehicular searches and not the fact that I smell like Pepe Le Pew. Officer pulled me over, asked me if I was high. I told him no. He said, since when? I said, since you pulled me over. If you're drunk, you're just drunk, but I can snap out of a high like Thanos in Infinity Wars. I never drive under the influence when I'm high. The influence is under me. Officer asked me to step out of the vehicle. I'm much obliged. Only time I'm driving dirty is on the way home from the Sneaky Link's house. He was arrogant, as most of them are, confident that he had me. I left him with his pecker in his hand. He couldn't find jack shit. He was baffled, surprised. I hit him with my best switchblade impersonation. It ain't got no gas in it. He said, say the alphabet backwards. I said, all right. I said, Z, Y, X, W, V, T. He said, you forgot the U. I said, officer, you ain't in the alphabet. He breathalyzed me immediately. It reads .069. I said, officer, I believe this interaction was meant to be. He ain't laughing none of my jokes. If he's got a wife at home, she's miserable. Anyways, he was nice enough to let me go with a warning. Too bad I learned my lessons the hard way. I wish my mind would work the way it does after sex and not the way it does before it. You see, that's why 1 in 3 guys cry after sex. We know we done fucked up. Women go through that same shit, or y'all know it was a mistake from the start. Sitting there and doing your belt, you're thinking to yourself like, well, this is pretty fucking stupid. Have you ever asked yourself if the margaritas were worth it? They call this phenomenon post-nut clarity, all right? That's what they call it, okay? Don't demonetize me, Facebook. That's a scientific term I'm using here. Seriously, though, if I thought that way on a consistent basis, I could rule the world. But unfortunately, I'm a male. And although most assume I'm bipolar, the reality of the situation is I was born with 2 heads, and those motherfuckers do not get along. When they do agree on something, I usually find myself in one of 2 rooms. Court and delivery. I'm not toxic, I'm passionate. In fact, when I play with myself, I always stick with the right hand because I consider using my left as cheating. You see, I'm a loyal person. I believe in morals. I like titties too, though, shit. See, I'm something like a pirate. Without my booty, I just feel lost at sea when I could be fishing, you know, priorities. I don't know. Gotta get my life right, y'all. I'm in a bad way. For all my nicotine addicts out there, y'all ever been out in public fiending and you ain't have none? So you bum something off of somebody, whether it be cigarette, vape, whatever it is. They proceed to hand you some shit that makes you question how the fuck people even exist. I bummed this smoke off a lady earlier. She handed me a Virginia Slim. The hell I look like smoking this anorexic ass cigarette? Bitch, does it look like I'm on a diet? Shit is 83% tobacco, 17% sweet and low. I almost didn't want to smoke it, I'll be honest with you. I about handed it back to her, but I didn't want to be rude or anything like that. You know, she's nice enough, and I've been fiending pretty bad, you know, so I said, whatever, you know, I figured I'd smoke it. So I get this little toothpick ass cigarette and put it in my mouth, light it, take a puff, suck the whole damn thing down my throat. People was watching too, they saw it, I got embarrassed. I was like, well, I gotta swallow it now. I gotta make it look like I did on purpose. It tasted kind of like mama's cooking, but like, you know, mama's cooking when the ends ain't getting met. You know what I'm talking about. I caught her again walking outside the Walmart later that day. I almost considered hitting her with my car, but I didn't though, you know, so I guess the important lesson here is growth. Now, if she hadn't given me that cigarette, I'd have been irritable. You know, I'd have turned that bitch into a fucking street marker. You ever had to choke a chicken before? And no, I'm not talking about your dink-dink. I'm talking about an actual chicken. I've had a lot of oddball jobs in my life. My favorite was when I worked at the chicken house, you know. But sometimes, working at a chicken house, sometimes you got to take them out. You know, and I ain't talking about on a date. Thing is, you know, you couldn't just throw them up against the wall. You know, you couldn't just curb stomp them. You can't do that. We had rules, all right? This wasn't some, you know, bumfuck, backwater ass shit show of an operation, all right? We had a classy establishment. When it came of disposing of the chickens, we had to do it the humane way. They're like, come here, Mr. Tucker, come here, Mr. Tucker. Let me show you how you do it, all right? You take your hands, all right? This is what you do. You take one hand and you grab both legs, all right? You grab both legs just like this, and you let them dangle there, okay? And then you take the other hand and you put it right behind, you put it on their neck, all right? Right where the skull meets the neck, okay? So you got one hand got neck, one hand got the legs, all right? And then in one swoop, Mr. Tucker, you're gonna stretch Armstrong that motherfucker, all right? It's gonna separate the spinal cord. They don't feel anything, kills them immediately. Bam, gone. All right, done. You got that, Mr. Tucker? You got it? I told him I had it. Apparently I didn't. I came across this chicken in there one day that was in bad shape. You might be wondering what was wrong with it. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor. If I grab them, right, and I get ready to do this humane procedure, you know, and I yank on them, and the whole head came off, spine and all, like in the Predator movies. Blood goes a shooting everywhere. It was crazy. And what made it so worse, what made it so bad, y'all, is when I first did it, like when I was in the process of doing it, the chicken made a sound. It was like, yes, daddy. I'm joking, y'all. This video is about chickens, not my hoe ass ex-girlfriend. It did make a noise though. It was like, huh. It had an impact on me. Like, it bothered me for a little while. The chicken, that is, not my ex-girlfriend. All right, come on now. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Anyways, this video goes out to all the chickens I've killed over the years. Rest in peace to y'all. And, you know, if I was a wealthier man, I would have saved them. You know, this must be like what a celebrity feels like when they get famous after the abortion. Growing up in the South as a kid, our ideas of having fun included swimming in stagnant river water, climbing trees like monkeys, and driving our four-wheelers down back roads 3 counties over, all while our parents had no idea where the hell we were at. One day we had this bright idea that we was gonna dig this hole and use the excess dirt to make a ramp, and we was gonna jump it with our bicycles, all right? Now, this is my older cousin's idea. He was in that skater boy phase. You know, he grew up watching, you know, Bam Margera and Rob Dyrdek on MTV all the time. That was his little thing. You know, he went outside and he popped a wheelie one time and you couldn't tell him shit after that. My older cousin was like, look, I'm the professional here. I'll go first and make sure it's safe, and then you can go, and then your younger brother can go. My little brother, he was not having that shit. He was like, no. I go second. Bryce can go last. I was like, all right, you little shit, go ahead. I was used to going first anyways. You know, I was always the guinea pig test subject growing up, so I was cool taking the back seat for once. My older cousin goes first, like planned, all right? He clears it easily, all right? No problem whatsoever. It was, you know, a 10 out of 10. You know, it was X Games worthy type shit, all right? Like, I saw some real life Evel Knievel shit happen right before my eyes. You know what I mean? For a second, I was like, dude, we got to get a bus or something. Okay, so then it was my brother's turn, right? Now, the funny thing about gravity, I believe that in life, we as people, we have moments that we believe we can, right? And gravity is just another one of those extra little factors that's just there to be like, nah, you can't. His tires never left the ground, right? Like, he went up, and then he went down. Knocked him completely unconscious. Like, I mean, like, literally straight to snoring. I didn't know whether to go get help or to tuck him in. It was the most confusing moment of my life. Older cousin panicked. You know, he was like, oh shit. Quick, put him in the hole. I was like, we can't. He's still breathing. My cousin was like, fuck. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, fuck? That sounded like a mob boss whose job just got more complicated. Like, bro, this ain't gangs in New York. Chill. We did the next best thing, right? Okay, we each grabbed a leg and we just started dragging this limp-ass body back to the house. Thankfully, he woke up before we got home, so we never told anybody. Speaking of that, this is not an admission of guilt, by the way. Anyways, years have gone by, and my brother has these intense anger issues now, right? He's got severe anger problems, and I think it has something to do with the fact that he did an Olympic dive into a fucking hole in the ground. But who knows? You know, if you get knocked out, you should probably get checked out, though. Here's 15 very important stats that you should know. Stat number 1, if she's a woman and she drives a Chevy Silverado, there's a 67% chance that at some point or the other, she's used it to try and run over her husband. It's up to 74% if she's either blonde or redheaded, 80% if that's the first generation model. Now, don't shoot the messenger, these are just stats. Stat number 2, if you're one of them people that runs the Facebook to expose your partner in a desperate act of humiliation every time y'all get in a fight, you know there's like a 91% chance y'all are gonna end up back together, right? So why the heck, please shut the fuck up, all right? Hey, listen, I come to Facebook for fun. Ain't no reason why I should know Johnny likes 2 fingers in his ass. Especially when they say the out-of-pocket shit, you know, like, well, he was sleeping with his cousin anyway. Like, bitch, you was with him. That wasn't the final straw. That wasn't the final straw. At number 3, if you're a man and your breakfast consists of Monster Energy drinks and L&M cigarettes, there's a 47% chance that you are verbally abusive. But hey, there's a bright side to this, ladies. Only 16% are physically, as they prefer the drywall. Doesn't call the police after. Let's talk about the Nissan Altima, or as I like to call it, every criminal's favorite car. If you don't believe me, just wait till the next Amber Alert. Tell me what car that is. Stat number 4, if you drive a Nissan Altima and you're a male, there's a 100% chance that you're either a drug dealer or a kid stealer. There ain't no way around it. Even if you ain't done anything wrong yet, that car will convert you to the dark side so fast even Anakin Skywalker would be impressed. And ladies, don't think you're in the clear either, all right? If you're a woman and you drive a Nissan Altima, you're either a white woman with no sense of direction or you're a black woman who's constantly fed up with the man in her life. Still speaking of cars, stat number 5, if you drive a car with a cracked windshield, you're on child support. Stat number 6, if you drive a Dodge Charger, there's a 24% chance that you've ran from the law in it. And a 100% chance that you were later caught because you bragged about it on Facebook Live. Stat number 7, Buick Envistas were responsible for the highest DUI rate last year, with 72 of every 1,000 DUIs being a Buick Envista owner. That was shocking to me. Because I don't even know what the fucking Invista is. I had to Google it. I mean, if we're being honest, though, that's only because they got dirt roads in the South. Had they not, number one, that list would be like an S10. Stat number 8, men who drive lifted trucks all vape, listen to rap music, and have at least one baby mama with 2 first names, like Mary Beth or Dakota Lynn, some weird shit like that. Some men might disagree with me on this one, but stat number 9 says that when a man says his baby mama's crazy, 50% of the time, it's his fault, And I mean, I kind of agree with that, I know women are crazy, but you didn't get set on fire because you forgot to turn the laundry over. Stat number 10, if you've ever told someone to hold your beer during an argument, chances are you've already lost it. But hey, at least by this point, you've acquired all the attention of every party involved, so please do something stupid at least. Stat number 11, if you live in the South, there's a 72% chance that your family reunions all end in police presence. Stat number 12, 83% of all families in the South have at least one cousin with a restraining order. Stat number 13, if you buy drinks and groceries from the local gas station instead of going to the Dollar General that's right down the street, there's a 100% chance that you constantly bitch about finances, because ain't no fucking way unless money grows out your ass. Stat number 14, if you're a woman and you wipe back to front, you are fucking sadistic, all right? Stat number 15, if you made it all the way to the end and you don't like this video, when you get home tonight, I'm gonna be waiting under your fucking bed. I'm gonna beat the shit out. You see, I don't too much prefer to drink alcohol the way I used to, and I'm gonna tell you why. Don't get me wrong, me and alcohol, we've had some great times together, It's just, we've gotten in some trouble along the way. You see, it was the alcohol that told me that dancer at the bar was perfect stepmom material. It was the alcohol that made me toss the Christmas tree out in the front yard that one year because there was a shortage in the lights and I couldn't find it. Alcohol makes Waffle House visits rather expensive. Alcohol makes me treat condoms kind of like how a conservative treats his gun, in the sense of, I prefer to keep the safety off. When I get drunk, I get too nice. I see a lady crying and I'm like, oh no, are you okay? You want me to suck your titty? Then you fast forward 2.5 months and sober me sitting in court for something that drunk me did. I don't like drunk me. You see, he does foolish shit like text his ex from 5th grade to ask if there's still a spark there. That's why I've always preferred Bud. I don't do anything off of Bud, because I can't move. Hey, y'all let me know in the comments, who's team alcohol and who's team Bud? I just want to get a general idea here of how many stoners I got on here. Y'all have a blessed day. See y'all. I'm over there at my uncle's house, and I noticed he's got his basketball goal up, and I used to be able to dunk it when I was a kid, so I was like, shit, let me see if I can still grab rim, I jump up there, grab rim. Fucking flies. Sorry. Jump up there, grab rim, and on the way down, I proceed to break my big toe. I don't know if it's really broken. I haven't been to the doctor, but I'm pretty positive it is. It feels like it's broken. I definitely know in the morning. But yeah, man, I'm not 18 anymore. And that kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. Like, surely I'm not the only one. Has anybody else gone through that? Like, in your life, when you realize, like, you're getting older and you can't do things the way you used to do, and there's certain things you can't do anymore without hurting yourself? It's kind of sad, But, I mean, at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not going to cry about it or anything. But I'm just saying, man, it's just one of those weird things. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm tripping or not. Maybe I'm just, buzzed. Too buzzed. Oh, shit, is this still recording? I remember when VHS was a thing, and if the movie was too long, like Titanic, for instance, you get like halfway through the movie, and then it would end, and you'd have to get up, eject that tape, put the second tape in to watch the second half of the movie. Kids these days don't know anything about that. I was working with one of my buddies earlier. He's like 14. I was talking about VHS tapes. This dude was like, what is a VHS tape? I'm like, the fuck you mean, what is a VHS tape? You don't know what that is? He's like, no. And I was like, we can't be friends anymore. And he's like, what are you talking about? We're good friends. I was like, no, at this point, it feels like I'm grooming you. I can't do it anymore. All right, we're going to have to... I gotta find friends in my age gap that know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is ridiculous. These motherfuckers don't know shit about what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm tired of it. All right, what the fuck you mean you don't know what a fucking VHS is? What do you mean you don't know what the fuck MySpace is? The fuck is this? I need friends my age. Where y'all at? Here's 10 types of people you'll find at the bar. Number 1, The Case. This is the overly flirtatious guy in the group, and the reason why we call him the Case is because every time he approaches a woman, it feels like an assault. This dude hits on every woman in the bar and still goes home to a napkin and lotion. I got a friend like that in my group. Hell, I went over to his house the other day. He was raw dogging, no lotion or nothing. I mean, I was like, dude, are you good? And he was like, I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the meat. Number 2, Mr. Life of the Party. When this guy shows up, you know the party's jumping to 10. All right, he buys drinks for everyone. He gets to dance with all the ladies he wants to. He's real cool, you know, and for about an hour and a half, you forget about his coke addiction. Number 3, the one drink guy. We all know this guy, right? You know, you invite him out to the bar and he always says the same thing. It's an iconic catchphrase at this point. He's like, I'm only having one drink tonight, fellas. And then, you know, 2.5 later, she's the drunkest person in the fucking place. Somehow he's also shirtless. I don't, maybe he ate it. I don't know. Some advice for you, never make this guy the DD, because by the time it's time to leave, it's going to be the DDD. All right, he's going to be your designated drunk driver. Which brings me to number 4, the designated driver. Going ahead and let you know right now, this guy hates going out with you. Being tasked with the designated driver position means that my goal for the night is to babysit a bunch of grown-ass adults, and my reward is watching everyone else have all the fun? I don't fucking think so. I don't even, do I get paid for it? No. I had to pay to get into the place. I'm losing money on this deal. Yeah, if you can't tell by now, I'm DD quite a bit. Number 5, that one bitch. No further explanation needed. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's always that one. Number 6, Mr. DJ. The type of guys that get real drunk and they go harass the DJ, you know, try to get him to play his Spotify playlist consisting of 2000s dad rock and Glorilla for cultural diversity. His friends will normally say something along the lines of, well, I mean, he's a cool guy. You just can't hang around for him for too long. Number 7, Mr. Philosopher over here. These are the people that stand off in the corner. Then they get drunk and they want to talk conspiracy theories with everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I had one come up to me one time. He was like, do you think time is real? And I'm like, bitch, I've been standing here holding my piss for 20 fucking minutes. That feels pretty fucking real. Number 8, the angry drunk. These type of dudes have no business going out and trying to play with others because they can't do it and they always just ruin it for everybody else. All right. Here's the funny thing about it. These type of guys are never invited. They just show up. What's he bringing to the party, you might ask? Case of White Claws and a pending warrant. Always trying to fight the security for telling them to leave. Like, I didn't do shit. Like, bro, it's closing time. Number 9, Mr. Forgetful. This is the guy that loses his car keys and spends 40 minutes looking for it across the grounds before realizing that he carpooled here with somebody else. Last but not least, number 10, the stoner, aka me. 9 times out of 10, if you see one of us at the bar, we're there for support for somebody else, all right? No stoner in his right mind says, we can't smoke weed there? Oh shit, hell yeah, let's go. I'd rather stay home, get high up in the sky, see my main man JC. That's right, Jesus, baby. Get high and go to service in the clouds. And that's my list, folks. If there's any I need to add to it, make sure y'all comment below so I can get that list updated. Thank y'all for watching the video all the way through. If you did, peace, love, prosperity. I'll see y'all. You know, I almost got married once, but they tricked me. All these big words in the paperwork. You know, like significant. Significant. I thought it was pronounced sign if I can't. Had me thinking this bitch had good credit or something. Good credit, shit. Her credit's so fucked, they don't even call it credit no more. They call security. Learn the word adultery. That's apparently frowned upon. So, you know, I started thinking maybe I shouldn't get married. At least then I could cheat and keep the other half. Some people think marriage is just the best thing ever. And, you know, it's not. It's drugs, unfortunately. Listen, I understand marriage is a beautiful thing, all right? And I'm not down in it. I'm not even against marriage, all right? You know, it's just I've worked tons of jobs over my life. I was a, you know, DOT worker, a farmer. I worked at a chicken house. I worked a lot of jobs, and, you know, I've worked a lot of hours, and not once have I ever gotten home and that bong was bitching. I'm gonna find my ex in my DMs in 3, 2. The funny part is this isn't even about her. You know, it's about all of them, and here she is being selfish. My exes are good people, you know. I don't have anything against any of them. They all know I ain't worth a shit, you know, so when they see this, they'll probably get a good laugh out of it. You know, I'm just grateful we were able to all stay close, because when when you're HIV positive, your options are limited. I thought about marrying myself one time as like this ultimate act of self-love, but then again, every time the AC cuts out of my truck, I think about, you know, how the pine tree looks, kind of resembles a finish line. Yeah, I'll probably never get married. My buddy doesn't have a car, okay? He's not running behind, he's running literally. Now, he drives. He drives people crazy asking for rides. He'll tell you that he's eco-conscious. I tell you that he's eco-no-car having ass. They see him strolling, they laughing. Called him at the liquor store earlier, said he was refilling the tank. Someone asked him why he doesn't do Uber. If you can smell the rain, there ain't no Uber in your vicinity. Go on down there to Jimmy Crackhead Corn and get you a damn bike with one of them little plastic bottles in the wheel, so when you ride, brrr, make sure it's one of them biodegradable bottles too, you know. Eco-conscious, right? Just had some edibles, but don't worry, I'm good at driving. Now, where the fuck are my keys? So my son, he doesn't like my cooking, right? This morning he says, Dad, you went grocery shopping? First off, wild thing to fucking say. Like, yeah, last time I was here, we was eating boiled grass and fried tree sap. I hope the poor bastard can afford some Lunchables this time around. I was like, oh, as a matter of fact, Daddy did hang out with a neighbor girl the other night for a few hours in exchange for the food stamps. And see, this is why you can't mess around with toddlers, because I was obviously just joking, but he doesn't miss a beat. He's like, Miss Mary? I'm like, dude, no, Jesus, not Miss Mary. That's the one that gets Daddy's beer. Completely different functions. He was like, got eggs? I was like, well, fortunately, they've hit menopause, which means basically scrambled eggs. Gotcha. So I proceed to make the best possible eggs imaginable, right? Wrong. He looks me dead in my face, tells me he likes Grandpa's eggs better, which I didn't hear that. What I heard was, damn, bitch-ass daddy, these eggs are shit. What even made it worse was like, he took like 3 bites. Like he was trying his hardest to find something to appreciate. I'm like, for real, buddy, how was it? He was like, you cooked? I was, the fuck? So I wouldn't call myself old per se, but I know I'm getting older, and I've often wondered, you know, what would go first? My hair, my eyesight, my hearing? But no, it's my sphincter. That's right, it's my asshole. With each passing day, I'm losing the ability to make it to a toilet on time. I almost shit my pants every day now. When I was in middle school, I'd get the upset tummies in the morning, and I could hold it all day until I got home, because I was against using public restrooms. I hated it. Not in 2025. I'll pull over and I'll drop a precision airstrike on a stop sign faster than a Call of Duty Warzone lobby. United Nations begging for peace, pleading with a stop sign, no retaliation, please. Me and stop signs have this complicated history. When I was a kid, I stole them. When I could drive, I ran them. Now I shit on them. Me and these damn stop signs been fighting for so long, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. You understand that? I just miss the days of going to get Mexican food and not feeling like a calculated risk, you know? Like, okay, let's see. 27 minutes from home, that leaves me with about a 32% success rate. I got 42 steps from the car to the toilet. I got a 2-to-1 dude wipe to toilet paper ratio. It's hotter than a spoon at Whitney Houston's house out here. It's that type of heat that'll make you weak in the knees like a Bill Cosby house party. Hotter than a redneck family reunion when the mixed grandbaby walks in. I subscribe to an OnlyFans just to watch the girls sit in the AC. People getting baptized just to get in the water. The ponds is dry. Kids out there building mud pies and shit. It's so hot I walked in the trap house earlier and it felt like a walk-in cooler. It's cooking like a crawfish boil out here. Shower and we won't have to smell the crab. Nah, but for real though, Victoria ain't keeping that secret. That bitch rather go bankrupt. Hotter than Ace Ventura when he got stuck in that rhino. It's hotter than Deshaun Watson in a massage parlor. Steamy like when Amber Heard shit in Johnny Depp's bed, that nasty bitch. They say depression spikes in the wintertime. I find that hard to believe. These people have never lived here. They've never experienced this heat, and they've never known what it's like to drive around with no AC in the truck, all while fighting the urge to plow into the nearest pine tree. Pulled out a cigarette early and lit it with my steering wheel. It's so hot out here, I felt there's a chemical imbalance in the air. I'm afraid if I try and cut a fart, I might blow my damn ass end off. Humidity has suppressed my ability to give a fuck, so if you come around me musty, I might just donkey kick you in the fucking throat. I just had to share water with my shadow. Hotter than 2 squirrels fucking in a wool sock in August.